It's June the 20th, 2017. I'm back down at the river again, working on phase 2 of my bird hide, the design it as you go along bird hide. So I'm using these posts. I've routed a hole in the end to put a metal stud, and it's more a locator than anything else. So I've got the problem of securing these once the two poles are joined together, how to stop them wobbling. Now, I haven't actually fully thought that out, so I'm going to have to do something afterwards. Maybe sink in a steel, galvanized steel screwed plate to reinforce the joint. And the other thing, of course, is that when I hammered these posts in, which took me 2 days to hammer in the 6 posts, I haven't got them perfectly vertical, so I've got a little bit of fiddling around. I mean, I may even have to use aircraft wire to discreetly tension diagonally to line up the posts. So the stability of the posts is very important, because the platform, or the bird hide itself, is going to be at a height of 2.4 meters, which is just beyond arm's reach. You know, I don't want anybody climbing up here and helping themselves, so I'm juggling with a lot of design factors here, but it's a really beautiful setting to build this bird hide, my own design, and my attempt to go with nature. Now, it's a little bit of the monkey stick and banana scenario here, as I've got to figure out how to lift the base platform onto these posts using just a step ladder and just my own pair of hands. And of course, I've got to make the platform not so heavy that I can't pull it up and lever it over the posts. Once on top, then I can access the platform via the step ladder and complete the build of the bird hide. Okay, well, that was a calamity, so it's jammed halfway up. Now look, I did think of dismantling it because it's only screwed together, but I just thought time is a factor. See if I can get it up in one go. So it's just a tiny bit too heavy, but I'm going to try once more. Okay, so the only thing I lost was my hat. That was a bit risky. In the back of my mind I was thinking, how quick can I jump aside? But it's up there, and a little bit of fine tuning to get it exactly in position. It's all about gravity. This is a little bit of a gamble, because also I had to make sure that the components were small enough to fit into my Suzuki wagon. Oh, well, it's the beginning of the next day, the third day I think. It's a lot cooler, and I'm actually cheating. I did camp down by the river, and I had all the cooking gear to make a breakfast, but I came to a local farm shop where they've got a really good cafe, and had an English breakfast. So, and also a read of the newspaper. But who wants to bother about all that awful political stuff when I've got a project like this? So today, having extended the stilts of my bird hide and built the platform, I'm hoping to erect the framework for the bird hide itself using 2x2. So it's a very simple design in many ways. I'll have to solve the problem of stabilizing the stilts either with steel or aircraft wire bracing, but For the time being I'm using batten, rather unsightly, but it has stabilised it enormously. So it was impossible for me to solve all the problems in one go. I had to kind of rely on my experience of woodworking and design problem solving to come up with some of the solutions as I went along. I was expecting a storm last night, but instead it's just quite cool, and you know, actually having to wear a jacket today. An exciting project. Yeah, a bit of guesswork in this, and fortunately my training in cabinet making I think puts me in good stead to do outdoor work which has got greater tolerances. Now I've brought with me various cordless power tools, and I happen to have quite a range of Ryobi ones, so I'm not specifically plugging Ryobi. It's just that well, actually many years ago I won a Professional Woodworker of the Year award, and I won £2,000 worth of Ryobi power tools, so I invested in the Ryobi One Plus system, and since then they've added quite a few extra tools. So I'm using a little chop saw here, which is really great for precision accuracy. You know, if I make something fractionally too long, I can just trim it, which you just cannot do with a handsaw. My target is get this platform up in 2 or 3 days, and I'll be very, very happy. Okay, well, I'm at the stage now where I'm designing the detail of the actual bird hide itself. I'm now elevated on the platform that I built 2.4 meters up from the riverbank, and I've just allowed enough headroom for me to sit at about 15 inches comfortable sitting height, just a little bit lower than a dining chair. And I've now got to calculate where I'm going to have the slit, because obviously the window has got to be pretty small, and because I've kind of done a dog's leg on the design, the front of it will be here, the full width is over there, so reckoning on the height of where my slit should be, I would say it should be about 38 high, 38 to 44. So I'm trying to make it both functional and also aesthetically pleasing. But it's a fantastic view up here. I can actually see through the clear water down to the riverbed. I mean, the river's very low at the moment, of course. And with any luck I will see some trout and sea trout from this bird hide, as well as seeing pheasants roosting and other wildlife around and across the river. Wow. Okay, well, here we are. Got the stilts extended, the platform built, and the first end profile of the framework, and that's taken a little while to sort out. Very delicate balance. I don't want to make it too top heavy in a wind. You can probably hear the wind now. A little bit of a breeze coming through the trees by the river here. So there's lots of factors, given that this land will flood and therefore the posts will probably sink and loosen. There are 6 posts, so I hope it'll it's all guesswork basically. So yeah, a guess is a calculation, but it's also a risk. Now I've built the framework and got the aesthetics and the measurements exactly right for where the slits, the window is going to be, I'm going to take it back to my workshop and make the other end piece, and then the front and the back, or the 2 sides, whichever way you look at it, in my workshop. It'll be much quicker, and then I can cut the cladding to size and then bring it back to site hopefully next week. So I reckon another 2 days work. Of course then I've got to do the window slits and secure a door, so there's quite a bit involved in it. But as you can see, it's a very organic design and it's quite exciting. Fingers crossed it will pay off. Now eventually I want to build an extension and a ladder up the tree and build a small kind of perch up at the crown of this oak tree. So that's my kind of long-term ambition. I probably need to remove some of this ivory. I can't believe it's good for the tree. But it's wonderful to be building this structure right next to an oak tree, probably 80, 100 years old oak tree. Very exciting.